try to recall the plot of Dragon Age Origins. Oh boy, here we go. A BioWare game.
Now, the funny thing is, I purchased this game just on the insistence of my friends, who were all huge BioWare fans, and I hadn't played a BioWare game at all, but I was not the one who finished it. That was you.
Okay, so the plot of Dragon Age Origins. I believe you get to pick your starting prologue, right?
Hence, Origins.
Origin, yeah, you get to pick your origins. I went with Mage. And the Mage prologue was you're a student at the Magic Academy. There's this forbidden magic called blood magic or something that no one's allowed to do because blood. And then fucking one of your dudes, I don't remember, is all like, oh man, dude, I gotta pass the test. And I can't pass the test without drugs. So I'm like, dude, what the hell, man? Don't use drugs. And then I think there's like a murder that happens, and you have to you go down there and you find out drugs were involved. And by drugs, I mean blood magic. And the guy's all like, whoops, I did the drugs. And you go, no, why did you do that? And then he runs away, and then you get promoted. So anyways, after that, the Darkspawn are attacking. So you get conscripted into, like, the army. And I remember, like, the king was, like, a young idiot, and he wore his fucking gold armor. And then, this bearded guy walks up to you and says, hey, wanna join the Wardens? And I'm like, okay. And there's this other guy that's there. He's all like, hey, he's an asshole. His name is Loghain, and he's totally gonna back us up when things go south. So right before the demons attack, you do a ritual where you go out, you kill a Darkspawn, you bring back its body, and then you take the blood, and you need to drink the blood. And I'm like, this is a bad idea, because I just dealt with fucking drugs earlier. This is not a good idea. And he's like, no, this is the good blood. You gotta drink it so you can have a link with Sauron. And I'm like, this is really a bad idea. So then I take the drugs, and then you fight the Darkspawn, and then the beardy guy dies, I think. And then Loghain, who's supposed to help us, doesn't fucking help us, and the king dies. And then you get thrown into Whiterun? No, that's Skyrim. I don't remember what this town is called because it's Boring McBoring Town. I'm just gonna call it Whiterun anyways. Okay, I guess you go around and you find all your party members here. You find the dog, and you find Sten, and he's a prisoner. You find Liliana, and she's just hanging out at the bar. You find, what was that bitch's name, the healer? I don't remember. I'm just gonna call her Gertrude. And then, oh, I guess you meet Morrigan here. No, you meet Morrigan somewhere. I think you meet her back somewhere towards the Darkspawn attack. But you know what? Whatever. You get the crew, and then I guess you fight some bandits. I mean, that seems like an RPG thing to do. And then from here you become the Grey Warden, and everyone calls you Warden. So my name doesn't matter. But I'm a mage, and I have the lightning powers. At least I think that's what I went for. And I know this is a BioWare game. So you don't really have the good and bad decisions, and no matter what, Morrigan will disapprove. No matter what, unless you decide to kill babies or something, then she'll go But then everyone else will be like, oh fuck you. So I went with complete self-interest as opposed to just pure renegade, pure evil, because I didn't want to. Because pure evil is always boring.
Dragon Age actually had a pretty good spread of morality choices. You could go purely neutral self-interest if you wanted to.
That's almost how I went Commander Shepard in Mass Effect, but that's another story. Okay, so you have a couple of options. One, you need to confront Loghain because Loghain's a bastard, and you're like, oh, we should probably take that guy down. Does anyone know how to plan a red wedding? But before that, you kind of need an army, so you can, like, fight the Darkspawn. So you go to I don't remember what order I went to play. I'll say I went to, like, the Elf Forest first. And the elves are having, like, a werewolf problem. You have a choice to, like, help the elves clear out the werewolf den. And then when you get there, you realize, these werewolves actually are not so bad after all. They say, oh, maybe you should betray the elves. And I'm like, but the elves have bows. And I like bows. So goodbye, werewolves. And the elves are like, okay, cool, the werewolves are gone. We'll help you. And then fucking, I guess I go back to the Magic Academy, and they're having a drug problem still. Like, everybody's doing drugs. I guess some blood mages have taken over the place, and now it's become some kind of, everyone's having hallucinations. So you need to go into the live stream, and apparently, like, fucking demons are around. And I think that guy that took drugs from the beginning, he is the culprit. He's the origami killer.
God damn it.
So I guess you have to defeat him, but you're stuck in the live stream, and then at some point you're like, hey, there's this demon's all like, hey, you want to learn the blood magic? And I'm like, you know what? Fuck the mages. I think I'll learn some blood magic. Except I brought Gertrude with me, so like, no! You can't learn the blood magic, it's evil! I totally forgot that there's this stupid religious organization called the Chantry that doesn't let you do anything. And she loves the Chantry. And she fights me because I learned blood magic, and I kill her. And I have no more healer. I'm like, well, fuck. Fuck. Okay, there's 2 more areas I gotta go through. I went to the mage's place, I went to the elf place. Oh, the fucking deep roads. God, I forgot there were dwarves in Dragon Age.
Fuck the deep roads.
I hate this place. This is where you got stuck, by the way.
This is where I quit the game.
Yeah, because you got stuck in the deep roads with, like, asshole... Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention Alistair is part of your freaking party. He's kind of important.
Your
later.
first member.
He's, like, super paladin man. But I'll talk about him later. Okay, so we're in the deep roads, and the dwarves are having problems. Because dwarves are always having problems. I guess they dug up some ancient evil or some shit. You find, like, the ancient dwarven civilization, and you fight robots. And then you find out the robots are going haywire. Not robots, golems. My bad. There's a difference. But then you find out that the golems are going haywire, but the Darkspawn apparently, like, invaded the deep roads, and that's why the robots are going crazy, because they're like, oh god, all these people I gotta fight. And then the Darkspawn have created a nest there, and it becomes like fucking aliens, except way more disgusting. They fucking create, you find out how they create Darkspawn by, like, oh god, this is some, like, really fucked up, like, hentai shit, like, whoa, do I have to explain it?
No.
No, okay, I'm just gonna say, you defeat the thing that's spawning the Darkspawn, and the dwarves are like, okay, cool, we'll go into fight with you. So, okay, I think you have the dwarves on your side, you have the elves on your side, and then you have the mages. So you confront Loghain, and then you find out later somehow that Alistair is the king's bastard brother. And then we go into court or something, and Loghain's all like, "Hey guys, I'm cool. We fought the French, and I'm the hero that fought back the French." And the court's having none of that because look at all the shit that I've done. The warden is cooler than you, Loghain. So then we challenged Loghain to trial by combat, and then I beat him by kiting him around because I'm a mage. And Loghain's all like, "Oh, I bow to you because I thought you were like the king who was an idiot and he was just playing at the throne. But no, you got the skills." So then the queen shows up and goes, "Okay, you can be the king now." I think. But in order for you to be the king, you have to kill Loghain. And I'm like, nah, man, I want to use Loghain. Because he is an asset. Because self-gain. That is what I'm going for. And then Alistair's like, no, I want to be the king because I'm blood-related. I'm like, oh, fuck off, Alistair. I don't want to deal with this right now. But then the queen's all like, okay, he's got the blood. He's got the king's blood. I'm like, fuck God, I'm so sick of dealing with blood and drugs right now. So Alistair's like, I want to be the king, and as king, I want Loghain dead. I'm like, no, we can use him! And then I forget who says this, but like, hey, we can make Loghain into a warden, and have him drink the demon blood, and have him take the drugs. And Alistair's all like, no! Being a warden's supposed to be an honor, not a punishment! You can probably tell I hate Alistair. So I'm like, okay, it's either he doesn't become a warden or I won't become king. And I'm like, okay, you're no longer king. So then the queen's all like, just as planned. So then the queen, I guess, gets all the power and she decides, okay, if you're gonna keep Loghain alive, you gotta kill Alistar. I'm like, no, he's an asset too! But Alistar's holding a hissy fit and I'm like, fine! How about we just banish Alistar? And the queen's not having any of that. Like, no, because then he'll incite like a riot. And I'm like, you owe me because I did all that work for you. And she goes, fine. So I trade out Alistar for Loghain, and Loghain becomes a Grey Warden. But I really didn't want to do that. But the game didn't give me a choice. So, I guess the Darkspawn are like fucking waiting around. Like, I don't know what's taking them so goddamn long. But I think they overtook Whiterun, and we're about to do a final battle against the Dark Lord. What's the Darkspawn leader called?
The Archdemon.
Archdemon. Okay. We're gonna get ready to fight the Archdemon, and then Morrigan shows up, and she goes like, "Hey, I have a plan." I'm like, "What?" I want to have a baby. I'm like, "Why?" Reasons? You're not gonna tell me the reasons. But I played a female character, so I can't have a baby with Morrigan. So she's like, "Hey, I want some of that Loghain." I'm like, "For why?" Because he's a warden. So I'm gonna have a baby, and it's gonna have Darkspawn blood. And I'm like, "Morrigan, fuck off, please." And she's all like, "Okay, but if you don't let me have this baby, then I'm gonna leave." I'm like, "No, you're my highest DPS! Next to me! I have a plan. We need to go have all the mages go and fight the turrets. I need you! Not in a romantic way. I just need you for your stats." So I'm like, okay, fine. Go fuck Loghain. I don't care. And then she gets her way, and I'm like, I hate this game. I really hate this game. None of my choices matter. So I get Sten, and I get Morrigan, and I get Loghain, because I lost all my goddamn mages at this point. And we confront the Archdemon. No, hold on. Before this, somebody tells me the truth. The only reason why the Grey Wardens can defeat the Archdemon is because they have the demon blood. They took the drugs, and apparently the only ones who took the drugs can defeat the Archdemon because you then die afterwards. And I'm like, I don't like this result. Can I stay alive? That's why fucking Loghain has to take this, so I can have Loghain kill the demon for me. So after I defeat the Archdemon, I have these options. I either die and kill the Archdemon and Loghain lives. But my plan was to have Loghain die in my place so I can keep living. But I'm gonna die anyways. And then no matter what, Morrigan lives. And I say, fuck this. And I go to GameStop and I return the game. And I guess the Archdemon wins. And that's Dragon Age Origins.